We are officially on to week 3. But first, my boy Jake and I got some hangover takes from week 2, including who should be Colorado starting quarterback for the Big 12 opener against Houston. We're reacting to week 2 of the college football season, week 1 of the NFL season, and so much more. Let's go. Squad!
Welcome into the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. It's DNVR Buffs Live. Week 3 is officially upon us. I can't believe we're already here, honestly. It's gone by way too fast. But it's also been just so much has gone on at the same time. Insanity. We'll talk about week 1 of the NFL, week 2 of college football, the ridiculous Wyoming game time. Hangover takes from the win, but of course we have to start with the quarterbacks. Wow, still?
What not? I mean, I don't even think I've really fully wrapped my mind around what we witnessed on Saturday afternoon. I'm almost there, but I'm certainly not fully there. We're going to talk about it a little bit today, and maybe we get a little bit more clarity in terms of what we think about the situation, but It was a lot going on Saturday.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm excited to talk about it and get to Houston this week. Bro, I've been looking forward to this Houston game since like March. You know that.
Me too.
So I can't wait to get it down in the H-Town. See my fam, see my sister. It's my sister's birthday this week. Shout out to her.
Happy
a little early birthday shout out. It's going to be a fun week, man.
Yeah, cannot wait. We will be hitting the road on Wednesday, actually. So we'll let y'all know what we're doing out there in Houston if you're coming out. I think we're going to have quite a few. They're going to be black and gold in the stands for sure. It's going to be noticeable.
Oh, yeah.
This is Texas, Coach Prime. Hopefully it's kind of like TCU in terms of the vibe, like the takeover type of vibe. Like,
that'd be crazy.
You hear audible Colorado cheers when they do something. You know what I mean?
I think we will.
I think so too.
I think we will.
Well, let's get into it then. Look, we started talking about this right after the game on Saturday. And again, we were all still processing. I don't know if it was really the most clear-headed stuff at times. But honestly, I thought it was a pretty good show.
I thought it was pretty fire. I kind of rewatched a good portion of it yesterday. And I liked it a lot.
Let's start with it then. These quarterbacks, Kaidon Salter, Julian Lewis, and now Ryan Staub in the conversation. Do we just jump right in? Who should start?
Yeah, man. Listen.
Go ahead.
Gun to my head, if I had to give an answer right now, I think I would like to see Ryan Staub build on what we saw in week 2 and give him the start on Friday on the road for the Big 12 opener against Houston. Now, before I get too far into that, I do think Kaidon Salter should still be involved. I still think he should play a lot because, much like Unk said on Saturday after the game, he didn't necessarily do anything to lose his starting role, right? He started week 1. He started week 2 on that opening drive, 6 for 6. Second drive, lead him down to a field goal. Kind of sputtered a bit in the red zone, but, 2 scores on 2 possessions. And I think it's fair to kind of throw away his reappearance into the game late in the game because that was just kind of a weird situation. But for me about Ryan Staub, man, I said it on Saturday after the game. I just don't know how you can put that back on the bench, man. And there's 3 things that, in my mind, that wants to give Ryan Staub this start to, like I said, build on what we saw in week 2, which was an incredible performance off the bench. The first thing is, and this was a stat shown on the Fox broadcast right after the game, Colorado has since the beginning of last year, Colorado is 9-0 when they score 30-plus points. 9-0 when they score 30-plus points. That to me seems like a recipe. And based on what I saw on Saturday, at this moment in time, Ryan Staub looks like the quarterback most likely to lead this team to 30 points week in and week out. And it's because of what we saw in terms of him unlocking the vertical passing game, you know, getting Sincere Brown involved, who didn't have any catches in week 1, right? And another thing, too, is he talked about after the game, those 2 big shots, a 71-yard touchdown, the 36-yard completion on the next drive to Sincere Brown. Both of those were things that Ryan Staub got up to the line of scrimmage, looked out of the defense and said, yeah, we're throwing this one deep, making an adjustment to Sincere Brown and, you know, using his audible, his ability to control things at the line of scrimmage. That really impressed me. And talking about Sincere, Ryan Staub to me seems like the quarterback who is most likely going to get these receivers involved. We saw JoJo Williams flash. Coach Prime brought JoJo Williams here for a reason, brought Sincere Brown here for a reason, to showcase their skills. And not that Kaidon Salter cannot, you know, get them involved and throw the ball accurately down the field, the intermediate stuff. I think he can, but through 2 weeks we haven't really seen that. Even on that first drive we came, we're talking about 6 and 6. It was a lot of spot. It was a lot of bubble screen, and you know, maybe you can blame some of that on Pat Sherman and his play calling, but it was a different vibe when Ryan Staub got in the game. And the last thing I would bring up too, I might be on this was a fluke or this was a kind of a throwaway game if we hadn't already seen Ryan Staub in a spot similarly where he made a start against a Pac-12 opponent on the road in 2023 at the end of the year. 70% completion in that game against Utah as well. 195 yards, a touchdown, 0 interceptions.
He had 2 touchdowns to Travis Hunter that were taken off the board. They should have won that game too. Let's get that straight
Exactly
first.
Right. So, again, if that was just the first time I had seen Ryan Staub in a situation, I might be more willing to say, you know what, that was just kind of in a vacuum, to use your word. But because this is not the first time we've seen Ryan Staub rise to the occasion, I think he deserves to start in week 3. And I think Kaidon Salter should be the second guy and he should play. But I think Ryan Staub, based on what Coach Prime has seen in practice, earned an opportunity on Saturday. And I think with what he did with that opportunity, he earned another opportunity this week.
Okay. I think it should be Kaidon Salter. Because, again, I think that game should exist in a vacuum.
Okay. You've been consistent on that.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I went back to this take, is because, like, I don't want to overreact to that game because of how weird it was, because of the situation. It was a glorified preseason game. That's what they were doing. They were doing what all the NFL teams do in their preseason games, emptying out their quarterback room, seeing what they have, right? That's what they did. And so, to Unk's point, I mean, I don't think Kaidon Salter did anything that you can take this away from him. And they do run the ball much better when he's in the football game. You have that threat of playing 11 on 11. You just have more variety in your personnel and sets as opposed to Ryan Staub when it comes to running the football, because when Ryan Staub's in the game, all we saw was shotgun and either turn and hand it off to Micah or, you know, try and get DeKalen on the edge or something like that.
DeKalen did have a long run when Staub was in the game.
And so did Simeon.
Correct.
I'm not just counting on that. Again, this was a vacuum game for me. Like, I don't want to get too overreactionary about this at all. So I think it's Kaidon Salter's job. I think he's the first quarterback we see on Friday. I think that the experience that he has, what he showed in terms of growing this offense in the run game and what he can bring in that department, I think you're going to see that even more so on display on Friday night when he's in the football game, because I think they truly know now what he's best at, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you do kind of have to push him a bit and be like, look, man, if you got sincere and press, like Staub said, put it up. Like, you know, I don't know what you have to do to get him to take more shots and to open it up more downfield. If it's play calling or if it's just telling Kaidon just to say, F it, Sincere's down there, Omarian's down there somewhere type of thing every now and then. So,
no, I hear you on that.
That's where I'm at for this game. At worst, Kaidon Salter should start this game, and if it's not going well, Ryan Staub should come in at halftime.
Yeah.
That's what I think they should do.
I think that's fair. But I also, you mentioned experience with Kaidon, and I think that's a valid point. But I would just push back with this. Who has the most experience in this system?
I mean, that is true.
That's Ryan Staub, and that was on full display on Saturday. He was in control. Those other quarterbacks, again, I don't want to say that they hadn't audibled in the past in week 1 or early on in week 2 when Juju or Kaidon were in the game, but Staub certainly did. And that's a reflection of his control of the offense and it being him knowing it the best, if we're keeping it a bean. You know, I talk about after the game, I think him and Pat Shurmur are on the same page. Like, they have the best rapport of any of the quarterbacks in the room, and it makes sense because they spent the most time together. But this is another, and I tweeted this after the game. I think this might have been Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning. Coach Prime, like, he had some quotes that like really stood out to me, and when I heard them, made me think that Ryan Staub is going to at least play a big role
100%
in
I'm
Friday's game. Coach Prime, and this is when he was asked about his decision to rotate the quarterbacks, he goes, I wanted it to tell its own story, not let me tell a story.
Yep.
And he's talking about what he sees in practice. That's what he's referring to. He sees Ryan Staub balling in practice, and he mentioned in the Fox post game right after the game as well. Like, when you see something in practice consistently, sometimes it's hard when he's not the highest paid player or first or second on the depth chart to give that a chance on game day. But when you're Coach Prime, you do what you want to.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that paid off. What he saw in practice is what we all saw on display on Saturday. And again, right after the game as well, Coach Prime goes, I saw what everybody else saw today. And what we saw was Ryan Staub looked like the best quarterback on this football team. What we saw is this offense looked the best that has looked this season with him under the control. So again, I am not giving up on Kaidon Salter. I think he should still be involved because his athletic abilities are rare.
100%.
And they can be utilized, maybe not in the traditional quarterback sense, but they can be utilized to help this offense. So I think for me, Ryan Staub is where I'm at right now.
To your point about being in the offense the longest, though, it's very clear this offense is different this year, though, right? Like, I don't think it's that difficult. You tell me, is it that difficult for Staub to go in, change a couple routes and all that, and for Pat Shurmur to call plays that he's kind of been calling the last 2 years that he knows Staub knows, to just, better fit him? Obviously, they're not going to run the two-back stuff and, have Staub making read option
exactly. It's going to change a little bit, but
clearly, of course. So to me, that's where I'm like, I still want to see more from Kaidon in a spot as a starter where, I mean, this is another week. I'm sure they're putting in plays this week that are specifically for Houston one, but also specifically for Kaidon. Like, maybe that's the solution for Pat Shurmur is you go to Kaidon and you ask him, or you just tell him, like, look, man, these are your 3, 4, 5 best passing concepts. We're going to put these in here in a variety of different ways, or you know what? Who's your favorite receiver? I'll draw up some deep shots for him. Whatever it is to kind of make him more comfortable in the passing game, because it's clear he is a weapon in the option in the run game. And I think it's, you can't go away from that part of Kaidon Salter right now because you don't know who you are still, truly.
It seemed like the first time, though, you're talking about doesn't seem like they know who they are. I talked a lot about identity last week, right? Offensive identity. When Ryan Staub was in the game, that was the first time this offense looked like it had a real identity. We're going to take vertical shots. We're going to get our elite receivers involved, and we're going to run the ball off of that in a traditional sense. And I just think, too, when he just has the most control, bro. Like, and another thing that stood out to me when we heard from Pat Shurmur after the game, he was like, when they told Ryan Staub he was going to play on Friday, the day before the game, Ryan Staub went to Coach Shurmur and was like, I want this, and that. I want this called at this time. And that stands out to me. Like, taking accountability for the offense, right? That's what Shador did.
Yes.
On timeouts and when they were on the field during a game, he is on the tablet. He's talking to his receivers and offensive linemen and making adjustments based on what he's seen. And I just saw remnants of that with Ryan Staub. And obviously it makes sense because he learned behind Shador Sanders for the last 2 years. And I don't mean to bring up Shador because none of these guys are him. But like I said, this was the first time this season where I saw this offense have rhythm, have a real offensive identity. And those guys rallied around Ryan Staub, man.
Yeah, I agree. We got to take a break, but real quick, I mean, I just think that you need to kind of send a message to the team this week that this was a vacuum game and Kaidon is the starter still.
I would say this might be a good time to send a message that what you do in practice matters a lot.
Fair point, too.
And if you ball in practice, you're going to get opportunities. And if you make the most of your opportunities in the game, depth charts don't matter.
But let's not act like Kaidon Salter wasn't doing stuff in practice this year. We saw a lot of stuff to be encouraged.
And I don't want to act like that.
Okay.
We know Kaidon is nice, and like I said, I'm not pulling the plug on him whatsoever.
How is it not a vacuum game?
Yeah, I thought everybody kind of came around to that. With you.
It's clearly very different than the game we're rolling into on Friday, is it not? Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's true. Let's go to take a break. Shout out to the homies over at Toyota. If you come out here to Colorado, you better be in a Toyota when you visit, because that's the only way you're really going to experience everything that Colorado has to offer. Not only do they build durable automobiles, but they're built for the off-road. They got 17 different hybrid options as well. They can completely take care of whatever your needs are out here in this great state of Colorado. We had that fresh, clean new DNVR branded Tacoma again.
So fire.
Holy
bro.
Lord,
What a
man.
look. What a vehicle.
Hit them up. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial. Corwin Toyota in Boulder. Groove Toyota in Littleton. Mountain States Toyota in Denver. Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora. And Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
And shout out to the squad over at Taco Bell, because they know Bell, man. Especially with this new Buffs box. I know y'all heard about it right now. If you haven't already, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's now available with Taco Bell Classics at a ridiculously amazing price of just $7, y'all. It comes with a cheesy gordita crunch, comes with a beefy 5-layer burrito, Doritos Locos Tacos, cinnamon twist, and a large fountain drink. All those items come in a branded CU Buffs box, and it comes with a player collector cup featuring Jordan Seaton, Julian Lewis, Draylon Miller, or Quentin Gibson. It's available for a limited time at participating Colorado Taco Bell locations. And here's the coolest part. For every Buffs touchdown this year, where are we at now? 6, I believe? 6 touchdowns on the season?
Yep.
Taco Bell is going to donate $1,000 to the CU Athletic Scholarship Fund for every Buffs touchdown this year. So pick up your Buffs box today at your nearest Taco Bell. And shout out to Taco Bell.
All right, hangover takes from the game. I want to stay on the quarterbacks real quick and talk about Julian, because I thought that he showed some stuff. He showed you the ability to get out of sacks twice.
Yeah, he did.
He is quick, too. I think he's a lot quicker than a lot of people give him credit for.
Yes.
Throws well on the move. I really wish we saw more of him.
Yeah.
None of us expected the Ryan Staub thing. I mean,
right.
I thought Juju was going to run out the whole game after he got put in the game.
Yeah.
So we'll see when we see him. I think that Wyoming is going to be another opportunity. We'll talk about that game here in a bit too. But Juju, I mean, for a first time in college, I was fairly impressed with what I saw, and I could see why he was so highly rated and why he was so highly coveted, and why so many of the receivers like him, honestly. So
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I just wish we would have saw more of him, right? Because we saw some flashes. We saw some of the escapability.
Yep.
We saw some of the throw and the run ability. He did was sacked a couple of times, and I think maybe if the protection was a little bit better, we might have been able to see him kind of extend some of those drives and show some more of what he's capable of. But this was just the very beginning, like I said, of Julian Lewis's story. Like, I'm certainly, and nobody should take too much stock into what we saw from his debut, his short, relatively limited debut. The future is still so bright for that young man, and I'm kind of glad that he got his feet wet. I think a year from now, 2 years from now, he's going to be able to look back on that moment as, like, I don't know about a welcome to college football moment, but something that kind of opened his eyes a little bit as to this level.
I think a couple weeks go by, and we're all going to have such a different perspective on this Delaware game.
Maybe.
And I hope that Julian and a lot of people who were upset last weekend feel the same way too, because it was just a very weird game, and they clearly just wanted to empty the bench. A lot of teams did that this weekend too. I saw Nebraska played like 105 of their 125 rostered players. Like, this is just what happens in these type of games. So I don't want to be too overreactionary myself, and I hope the players and a lot of the people who are upset about what happened on the field on Saturday start to realize that just as we get further removed from that game.
Agreed.
Any other standouts you wanted to talk about? I thought the running game looked awesome. This was a huge step for them, obviously. Simeon Price is just such a dog, too. That play on the blocked punt.
I look, you didn't peep that live until you posted it.
Oh, my God, bro. That gets me fired up.
Same,
I
dude.
love that stuff, man. So
you
shout out him.
The coaches love that, dude. And
he's playing on special teams almost as much as he's playing on offense at this point.
Exactly right. And I want to say, I'm going to check this. I think his snap count went up as well from week 1 to week 2.
Let's go.
I'm almost
like
positive it did. And of course, this site isn't loading. But
I'll try and get you here.
I published something today about my standouts from week 2 against Delaware on thednvr.com. Make sure y'all go check that out, man. Make sure you become a diehard too if you're on already. We are in the thick of football season, man. Jake and I are dropping content on the site damn near every day, and y'all don't want to miss it. So make sure you become a diehard if you aren't already. But kind of back to my standouts, we talk about a lot of these guys, right? We talk about Staub a lot. We talk about Sincere Brown a lot. One guy we didn't mention on Saturday after the game, which I think he deserves some recognition, is the true freshman. Somebody I've been talking about a lot this offseason. His name is London Merritt, right?
Yeah.
We talk about Alex McPherson. He had the block punt on Saturday. But London Merritt played just 18 snaps on Saturday against Delaware. 4 quarterback pressures.
Yeah.
4 QB pressures on just 18 snaps is ridiculous. And that right there is going to earn him more playing time along with Alexander McPherson. And it's only a matter of time before he becomes a regular rotational player on this defense. And it's not going to be long before he notches his first college sack. London Merritt is really like that, man. And I was excited to see him only played 3 snaps in week 1. I was excited to see his snap count increase. And kind of like Staub, just make the most of your opportunities that you're given. And when you do that, you're going to be given more opportunities in the future.
Simeon played 23 snaps last week. I don't remember what he had week 1, but a player I'll talk about here real quick is your guy, DeKalen Taylor. I mean, we wanted to see more usage out of him. We wanted to see more snaps out of him. Damn near doubled his snap count. He had, 15 in week 1?
12.
12? Oh, so almost tripled it. He's up to 33
Let's go.
snaps in the game against Delaware. So
more.
Very encouraging. I mean, obviously, Staub found him for that touchdown and stuff. And that touchdown alone should just show, get the ball in this guy's hands, man. Like, even if it's on swing routes, I don't care what it is. Let him get a chance to make plays in the open field and give, put defenders in a bind, make someone miss, and you never know. I mean, again, going back to that play that we saw at Folsom Field in the scrimmage, like that type of stuff, like that was a real learning moment in terms of what Ben and JB did on that play. First off, shout out to them too, because JB was hustling on that play as well.
Sure was, man.
But it's just, I think they're starting to really get that this guy's a major weapon, and all that Dylan stuff that we had a year ago, let's just break it all out almost.
He's played 2 games for this football team, and he has 2 touchdowns. I think that's going to be a weekly occurrence of DeKalen Taylor getting in the box, getting in the end zone, because it can come in a variety of different ways. His touchdown in week 1 looked a lot different than his touchdown in week 2, and he has yet to score a rushing touchdown yet, which I think is just going to happen in a matter of time. He needs to be involved, man, so often. And you brought up Staub, that play again. That was a vertical shot that Staub read the defense, checked it down to his open check down. DeKalen makes a play.
Yep.
I posted it yesterday. I'm just on the Staub tangent now, but posted yesterday. That throw, his first completion of the game, bro.
Yeah, bro. Unbelievable throw.
Oh, my God, bro. That throw was in. I haven't seen that since number 2 was wearing a Colorado football jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The seam shot, they dropped 8, Delaware did. Rushed 3. So he knew he had time. He sat in that pocket, delivered an absolute strike to JoJo Williams. I mean, I was just so impressed by Ryan Staub. But I love what you're saying right there about DeKalen Taylor. RJ Johnson is another guy, right?
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
First career interception. Caught some flack on social media for his performance week 1.
Look, in rewatching the game, like, there were a couple of receptions he let up where literally the ball was like right over his fingertips.
Yeah.
Like,
in good spot.
Yeah.
In a good position.
I'm not going to be that upset over that.
But still played more snaps in week 2. So clearly the coaching staff wasn't discouraged by his week 1 performance. Played more snaps in week 2. I mentioned had his first career interception, 3 solo tackles as well. He was targeted 5 times on Saturday. Only gave up 2 catches for 22 yards. RJ Johnson might have, locked himself in as a starter here moving forward. But
I like that.
Makari Vickers is going to have something to say about that as well.
I mean, Coach Prime's quote about him spoke volumes too.
He said that boy is pushing to start. He said he got the whole cornerback room on alert that he didn't come here to sit. He came here to play. And this was a former top 100 recruit in the 2023 class. Like, he was a massive recruiting win for Oklahoma when he committed to the Sooners out of high school. So do not sleep on Makari Vickers. And he's another guy I would expect to see more reps moving forward.
I'm going to shout out the offensive line. I know that this was built for them to just kind of show off, honestly, this game. And they did that, especially when it came to pass blocking when Staub was in the game. I mean, people were talking about it under your post, too, like the pass protection when he was back there throwing.
Yeah, seriously.
No guys within like 3 yards. Colorado, I mean, when it comes to PFF grades, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive linemen, at least who were charted as a pass blocking snap. Bazari McGill, Kareem Harden, Larry Johnson, all graded above Jordan Seaton in that game.
Ooh-wee.
So it's just very encouraging to see overall that they're starting to gel.
Yeah.
It's just starting to look like a real offensive line. Like they're just not letting pressure up the A's and B gaps like they used to the last 2 years. And that's, again, going back to those guards, man, that's just such a game-changing thing for this offense to not have pressure coming straight up the middle every time you drop back to throw the football.
Agreed, man. That offensive line. I mean, I feel like I talk about it ad nauseum this offseason. That was the biggest reason, that unit was the biggest reason for my optimism with this team. Specifically, Zai Chrysler and Xavier Hill, Jordan Seaton taking another leap from his true freshman season, which was outstanding. Zarian McGill, we haven't heard much from him through 2 games, which is a damn good sign when you're not having to talk about your offensive line.
I don't think that's true, actually. I don't know why it says he's got 100% here.
But he has locked that spot up. And obviously Big Larry Johnson on the right side as well has done well. So I love this offensive line. We talk about him a good amount on Saturday after the game, but Damon Demon Greaves, bro. This man is really unreal. Had a 67-yard punt. He's averaging 50.2 yards per punt. At least on Saturday, he did 50.2 yards a punt.
It was one of the best punting performances in CU history, in the program's history.
No doubt, yeah. I think I saw Brian had a tweet earlier, like that was like the longest punt in CU history since like 2017 or something crazy like that, and he has like the 2 longest since that time as well. So that's such a massive impact, bro. When you can control field position like that, and sometimes punting sucks. Right? When you
no one wants to see it.
Nobody wants to see it when you have to give the ball to the other team.
Of course.
But guys like Damon Greaves make that just a little bit better when there's a chance that you can pin the opponent inside the 5, something he did at least once on Saturday. I think one time inside the 1. When you have a chance to do that every time you punt the ball, that gets the whole team just a little bit more excited. That makes the guys on that punt team run down a little bit harder to see if they can be the one to pin that ball inside the 5 or the 1 in a couple of cases. So Damon Greaves, dog.
Last real takeaway I have, this was a way early comment right when the show started, but someone posted in there like, I can't believe this game didn't get a mention on College Game Day. That must have been just as shocked as all of us. And this is what I told you before the show. Like, this game really kind of went under the radar nationally.
For sure.
If you weren't tuned in on Colorado, if you weren't following Julian and, all the storylines here, and of course you knew Staub, then of course this was a big game for you. But nationally, this really went under the radar. Like no one is following this quarterback situation at a national level now. And it may be because they lost that first game to Georgia Tech. Who knows? Maybe. But this is a team who's going to be playing on Friday night again in a primetime spot. And there's going to be a lot of talk about it on Friday, but it's not something I've seen anyone outside of the Colorado circles talk about since Saturday.
I mean, we kind of saw this coming a little bit this offseason. We were talking about this is a quieter offseason.
For sure.
Than the last 2, right? And again, maybe that is because some of it being Shador having moved on and Travis having moved on, that maybe some of the shine for at least some people has worn off. But it could all be back potentially to where it was last year if the Buffs take care of business on the road, like you mentioned, Friday night prime time in their Big 12 opener. We could get back to that kind of insanity.
For sure. Okay, actually, last thing I want to say about this game. The fan base, y'all got to relax. Let this one just, be what it is. I'm telling you, people are talking about division within the team and all that. Did you see the post game when they give Ryan Staub the game ball?
Yep.
And these conversations happen within the team. I'm sure they were told, a lot of y'all are going to play. This game is not like many of the other games that we're going to see this year. So let's stop acting like this is one of the biggest games of the year. We learned a lot, or maybe we didn't. But either way, this game was just what it was. Try not to make it more than what it was.
That's easier said than done, brother.
True, very true. Very true.
Easier said
I'm just saying, there's way more moments that are coming in the next 10 weeks that mean way more and you're going to get way more upset about than this game. So just let it go. I'm telling you, it'll be easier for you.
I mean, this team was 1-1 through 2 weeks last year. And at this point last year, a lot of the fans were crashing out and very upset and not liking what they were seeing. And that team went on to win 9 games. And, I'm not saying that that's going to be the same fate here, although it could be. But it's very early.
Yes.
This team is yet to even play a conference game. And when they do, we'll kind of see what this team is really made of and about.
All right, let's take our next break.
Shout out to the squad. You already know how we're rocking our good friends, man. Over at Coors Light, man. I know my boy Jake had him a few of them things this weekend because he earned them, man. He worked hard. And
thank you, bro.
When you work hard,
did you, my friend.
Thank you, bro. And when you work hard, bro, you deserve to chill. And there's really no beverage better than helping you chill than a good old Coors Light, man. When those mountains turn blue, you know that it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, it's cold filtered, and cold packaged for that smooth finish that we all love and enjoy. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. So make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. All you got to do is visit CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This one is for my people. Broncos country, where are you at? We are 1-0. Lots of things to improve on, but a lot of very encouraging signs that we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And our friends at Ent Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Denver Broncos, have created a Broncos checking account that's built for fans like us. It's loaded with perks if you're a big Broncos fan. Not only is it a great checking account, but you layer on these perks, 10% off food and gear on game days at Empower Field at Mile High. You also get that Broncos branded debit card to rep the team and a chance to win tickets to a Broncos home game by simply paying with your Broncos checking debit card. Every 15 swipes enters you for a chance to win. But shout out to Ent Credit Union. Go to a credit union, man. Don't go to a bank. They're going to treat you like a person, not a number. They're going to take care of you and your money, and you're just going to get more mileage out of a credit union than you would a traditional bank. So if you're ready to bank like a Bronco, go to ent.com/DNVR. That's ent.com/DNVR and sign up for Broncos checking today. Ent Credit Union is insured by NCUA. Membership required. Annual percentage yield. Account requires associated Ent Broncos debit card. Shout out Ent Credit Union. All right. You good on this Delaware game? Can we put this behind us now?
I think so, bro. Let's move on.
Let's do it. We did get the unfortunate news earlier today that the Wyoming game is going to kick off at 8:15 Mountain Time. That's 10:15 Eastern. It's just going to be a long one.
They so bogus for this,
man.
I
can't believe they did this to us, honestly. This game had 12 o'clock, 1 p.m. written all over it. And we're going to just have to wait around all day for potentially another vacuum game, too. Oh, can't wait for that.
Another vacuum game. You looking at, it's early, but you're looking at it in the same vein as Delaware, the Wyoming game?
Truthfully, I haven't watched Wyoming yet this year, so I don't truly know off the top of my head, but I'd say yes. I don't think they're a very good Mountain West team.
Yeah, man, it sucks just from a logistical standpoint, having to wait all damn day for that game. You know, that game ending at, let's call it, 11:30 local time, probably close to midnight. It's not ideal.
No.
But as we know, people going to watch Colorado and Coach Prime play football. And not a lot of people are up that late at night. Right. So what are the networks going to do? They're going to put Coach Prime and Colorado in that late window to get the most out of that window viewership-wise. So it sucks for Buff Nation out there and the people who want to watch this team play. They got to do it past their bedtime for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that sucks, but should be a fun game nonetheless.
But look, let's look at the positives. It'll be a nice warm-up from when we have to do the same thing the next week when BYU comes to town, and that's 100% not a vacuum game. That is a very meaningful game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So we'll see. We'll obviously be out there. Tailgate will be popping. Night tailgates are usually the best ones.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, those are fun.
I've been to one.
So
hell yeah,
we'll have that going. But that's the status for the Wyoming game. And,
like I said to you earlier, the BYU game is already at night. I'm almost positive we're going to make that TCU game another night game as well. Just speculating, obviously, but
I don't know. All right. Let's just go on to the weekend. Kind of a great slate of college football, if I'm being honest. Going into this weekend, I was really unsure. I was like, yeah, there's a few
Some
games.
good games
but
out, dude.
Some of these games really delivered. Where do you want to start on week 2 in the Big 12 or any other?
Big 12.
Actually, I know where we should start. Did you watch anything on the Mississippi State ASU game?
I saw the finish to it, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That place, I don't know. Mississippi State wasn't projected to be a very good team this year. Like,
No.
if I'm not mistaken, they were projected to be one of the worst, if not the worst team in the SEC.
2-0 now, though.
But yeah, dude, they that home field atmosphere they got down there in Starkville is kind of electric.
It's the SEC.
True. It was kind of electric, and I don't know if Kenny Dillingham and the crew are ready for that. And I'm pissed that I wasn't on the right side of that in our picks.
Me too, bro.
Because
looking back, it looks so obvious.
It does,
now.
bro, because they played last year at Arizona State, and that was like a 6-point game.
I know. That was such a dumb
And that was
pick.
with Cam Scatterboo. So, yeah, I was kind of pissed that I wasn't on the right side of that as well. But, like we talked about after the Georgia Tech game and even a little bit after the game, this conference is completely
100%.
and undeniably wide open, up for the taking by anybody. I think the only teams who have been consistently through 2 or let's call it 3 weeks in Iowa State's case since they played in week 0. The only couple of teams that have been consistently good, I think, since the beginning of the season, I would say is Iowa State. I think TCU, and they've only played one game because I think they had a bye this week. Utah for sure. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting another one.
Tech has played consistently well. They've blown out 2 teams.
They haven't played nobody, but yeah, I would put them in there as well. And then I guess maybe even Arizona. I don't think Arizona's going to be good, but they've had 2 good performances, you know what I'm saying, against kind of nobodies. But that's it. Everybody else has either slipped up already or not looked good. And a couple people have already mentioned Kansas State, and my God, what a disaster in Manhattan, Kansas.
You play these teams, bro, and they literally squeeze the life out of you with how they control the football. I mean, that's what happened to them. I want to go back to this ASU game here in a second, but on this K-State game, they were down, and then they got a kick return, and that could have possibly a kick return touchdown, and that was probably the worst thing they could have done, honestly. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
because your defense just went through a 10, 12 play yard drive all the way down the field.
Got to go back
give
out
up
there.
a touchdown. They kick the ball. All you do is take it straight back and put the defense right back down the field for another 8, 10, 12 play yard drive.
Yeah.
And Army just takes up all the clock in the fourth quarter. I think K-State only had 2 possessions in the second half because of that kick return.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's wild.
you eliminated a whole possession there, obviously. You scored.
What do you think the time of possession was in that game?
42-18. What was it?
40-19.
Yeah.
40.5 to 19.5.
That's what happens when Army gets rolling. It's almost impossible.
Wow.
Like, do you remember when Kyler Murray in Oklahoma played them?
No, I don't remember that, actually.
Same thing happened. It was like a tie game late, and Kyler literally just had to start running all over the field to take over that game and win the game.
Wow.
Avery did not do that, quite clearly.
Yeah.
He actually, again, a pretty bad performance from him, honestly. He had his flashes, but you got to be able to deliver your team in some of those second half drives, some of those, especially against Army, when every single possession means so much.
Yeah.
And I think they punted the ball 2 or 3 times. And they went up 14-0 even, too, I think, in that game. It's just that it's such a different beast. So it's why you should never schedule these teams.
Never schedule. I mean, yeah, dude, it seemed like their season took a massive hit in week 0. Right, in Ireland, losing that close game, losing Dylan Edwards, their best offensive player, on his first touch, struggling with North Dakota last week, and now this loss. I mean, I think they have, interesting enough, I think they play Arizona this week in a non-Big 12 game.
Wow, that's right. Yeah,
because that game had been scheduled years before the move over to the Big 12. But that's an interesting game. Kansas State and Arizona this week. Houston got a win. They're 2-0 now. They beat Rice 35-9. That was kind of a close game. It was 7-3 at half. It was 14-3 at the end of 3 quarters, and then Houston scored 3 touchdowns in the final frame to kind of pull away. But
yeah, Deke Connor's kind of a revenge game for him.
How so? Is he
was at
transfer
Rice.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's cool. Yeah, he went great. 13 for 132, 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Wegman hasn't been asked to do much. And granted, it's been Rice and Stephen F. Austin.
I did see a stat. He was one of the top 10 most pressured quarterbacks in college
I saw
football,
that as well. Yeah, somebody tagged us on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But both games he's played this year, 15 completions, 24 attempts, and then 22 attempts.
Yeah, that's not how they're going to win.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to have to deal. What did he run for? Do you have that up right now?
Yeah, he ran for 39 yards in week 1, 23 yards and a touchdown last week. 6 in week 1, 10 in week 2.
So you are going to have to deal with that
a little bit.
Week.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like going against Haynes King and Georgia Tech for sure, but you're going to have to deal with that. Real quick, to go back to ASU, though, Sam Leavitt was god-awful in the first half of that game. Just terrible. He ends the game 10 of 22, below 50%, for only 82 yards, 1 touchdown to Jordan Tyson. That was like a 2-yard touchdown, and then 2 interceptions. The last interception, I have no idea who's even throwing to. He literally just rolled out and just put it up. He threw it right to a Mississippi State Bulldog, actually.
Can't say that I'm surprised by Sam Leavitt struggling a bit.
That being said, Arizona State still ran the ball really well. Raleek Brown over 100 yards. Kanye Udo over 100 yards.
He's nice.
They ran
other Brown, right? Don't they got 2 Browns in the backfield?
Kyson Brown had 2 carries for 11, but 23 carries for Udo, 18 carries for Raleek Brown. They are still going to run the football. They may not have Cam Skattebo, one of the best running backs in the country.
Yeah.
But it feels like, especially after that game, when Sam Leavitt laid such an egg, that this is going to be their identity, and it's what you should expect when they roll into Colorado here in about a month or so. They were 5 yards a clip. I mean, 51 total carries for 251 yards and 1 touchdown. That's how they stayed in that game. Jordan Tyson is absolutely legit, though.
He's a dog.
He's unbelievable.
He's a dog. I found myself up late Saturday night watching BYU Stanford.
Yeah, what'd you learn?
They're going to run the hell out of Bear Bachmeier. They don't give a damn that he's a true freshman quarterback.
Revenge game for him, too, last weekend.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have to do much through the air. 17 to 27 for 175, no touchdowns, but he ran the ball 12 times. One of those was for a touchdown. LJ Martin balled out 18 for 110. He's one of the best running backs in the conference. But, again, I don't think BYU has really been tested either yet. When they play Colorado, it's going to be the best team they play by far.
Sure.
And I don't know if we'll be able to say the same thing for Colorado in terms of BYU being the best team they've played so far.
That's facts, actually, yeah.
Because, again, BYU opened up with Portland State 69-0. They beat Stanford 27-3 on Saturday, a Stanford team that lost to Hawaii in week 0. And BYU has East Carolina this weekend before coming to Folsom Field the week after that. So it's
that's interesting. Yeah,
it isn't interesting, right? They're fully ahead with their true freshman quarterback, and he's going to be somebody that they're going to have to force to throw the football and not allow him to take the game over with his legs.
Shout out to Sawyer Robertson and the Baylor Bears,
That's
man.
where I was going next. Hell of a win.
I'm still pissed that Baylor, the first 2 weeks, has played during the Colorado game, so I can't truly watch them.
Same.
But we had it on up there in the box, and we were kind of keeping an eye on it. And Baylor went down 10-0 in this game early. And, man, they stormed back. Sawyer Robertson, again, 34 of 50, 440 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Bryson Washington also ran for 100 yards. You talk about BYU not being battle-tested. Baylor might be the most battle-tested team in the Big 12 right now. They are rolling into Big 12 play with a lot of confidence and a lot of just knowing what they are, having gone through those 2 dogfights already against really good teams.
If Baylor can stack some wins over the next month or so, Sawyer Robertson is going to be at the top of Heisman consideration. Bro, back-to-back 400-yard passing games, 3 touchdowns in week 1, 4 touchdowns in week 2, still has yet to throw an interception.
Yep.
He is balling. Absolutely balling. Over 62% completion on the season as well. This is a team, like you said, like really battle-tested, you know? Hosting Auburn in week 1, going on the road and beating a top 20 SMU team who was a playoff team last year, correct? That's impressive, man.
Yep,
Baylor
playing for an ACC title last year.
For sure. And then you mentioned it. Washington finally got going in week 2 after kind of being stifled a bit by Auburn in week 1. Some good quarterbacks in this conference.
There are. I didn't see a single thing about this game. but Oregon just beat the living shit out of Oklahoma State, 69-3, and they didn't even score in the fourth quarter.
Wow, 69 points in 3 quarters is wild.
They went crazy on Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State might as well stop showing up to games this season.
Yeah, they're
just focus on the portal, focus on recruiting, get ready, finding a new coach, all that stuff. Because, geez, how does Gundy? Is there any way he survives that now? Unless they go on an absolute tear in the Big 12, which I wouldn't rule out because it is the Big 12. But, geez, man,
those Kansas Jayhawks came back down to earth.
They did. That was a battle too, though.
They were up 21-6 at the end of one quarter.
Yeah,
and ended up losing by double digits. Jalen Daniels seemed like he played all right. He did turn the ball over. He did make a critical mistake, I think, late in that game. But Mizzou might actually have a quarterback, dude. This Bo Pribula kid, the Penn State transfer, he is really nice. Like you said, Kansas did stick around in that game for most of it. Mm-hmm. Missouri kind of pulled away, I think, really late, like second half of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see how Kansas kind of bounces back from this. They got West Virginia this week.
West Virginia just lost
to Ohio.
No, they just lost their running back.
Oh, well, they did lose to Ohio. Jaheim White's done?
For the season.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes. That's their best player.
That sucks.
That does suck. But it is what it is. Iowa State, shout out to them, too. Another gritty win against Iowa.
Could have covered, but
it would have been nice.
Would have been nice.
Would have been nice. Truthfully, another one I didn't get to see too much of. That was kind of on at the tailgate when we were there, but that was a early game right before we were getting ready for the Delaware game, obviously. So, nationally, Northern Colorado got fucking robbed. That was crazy. That was crazy. Did you see that?
I saw the catch at the end of the game. Yeah.
Holy cow!
I mean, it was pretty close, dude. Like, that's not a call that you make right on the field. But was it reviewed? I didn't really follow. Like, was it reviewed or was it just...
Yes. So they called the play on the field a touchdown.
Wow.
They reviewed it. Justin Michael, our Rams guy, tweeted out. He's at the game in Fort Collins.
Sure.
They did not show a replay in the stadium.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. They're in Fort Collins, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
But no one has any idea what's going on with this. And they only showed like 3 views of it on the broadcast.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
The one view I saw of it that you could like go, oh, the ball maybe touched the ground there, was someone like in the end zone that posted on Instagram.
Right.
Like it wasn't a replay
I think that's
view.
the video I saw.
But that's not a replay view. The refs aren't looking at that.
Sure.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Honestly.
Yeah, if you call it a touchdown on the field, I mean, I don't think there was anything conclusive to take that away. Again, I don't know what angles the referee saw, but
yeah,
I was wild, bro. Yeah, Colorado State got away with one there for sure. That would have been, I mean, don't get me wrong, playing Northern Colorado that close is not a good look anyway, especially when I heard, I think RG said, or maybe RG said that UNC has won like 2 games over the last like 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, they've never beaten Fort Collins.
Or 7. Yeah, 2 was probably dramatic.
They've never beaten CSU either.
Yeah,
I don't think.
That's wild though.
Yeah, that was insane. Other national stuff. Clemson was down 16-0 to Troy at one point. They end up pulling it out 27-16.
Bro.
But sheesh.
South Florida?
Make them number 1.
Bro, I saw a tweet today.
Do it.
They got Miami this week, bro. If
Yeah.
they beat Miami, they should mess around and be a top 5 team in the country.
Well, I'm upset that no one let me know about who Byron Brown is earlier.
Me either, dude.
Because holy cow, that guy's electric.
He really is, dude.
Big win for them over Florida. Did you see the video of the USF coaches running out of the coaches box?
What chills, dude.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, man. Real spill. That's what it's all about.
Looking through here, what else we got? That's kind of it.
Michigan?
I mean,
comments on Michigan? Question mark?
Yeah, look, they're not there yet. They need receivers. The running back, Justice Haynes, is an absolute dog.
Stud.
He's the one who kept him in the game with that 75-yard touchdown.
Right.
Bryce had his moments, but, I mean, second career game, not really much to get too excited about. Obviously, you can see, and on the road in that atmosphere, like, You can see that he's got it. It's just not. It's going to take some time. He's going to get better every week. So
my guy John Mateer,
he's legit.
Look like him.
He's legit. He had some really nice passes. Also, shout out to Deion Burks coming back for Oklahoma. He was a difference maker for them as well. AP poll.
Has it come out yet?
Yeah, for sure. Probably came out yesterday at some point.
I hadn't seen it.
Ohio State is number 1. Still no changes to the top 3. Still Ohio State, Penn State, LSU. Oregon goes up 2. Georgia drops down 2. They won, but they played Austin Peay. They called the dogs off. It was 28-6 final score.
Oh wow.
Florida State is now a top 10 football team. Shout out to Illinois, big win for them as well.
Tried to tell you about the Fighting Illini, dog.
Did.
Shout out to Florida State though, bro. Top 10 team.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
No.
Nobody. That's impressive. Shout out to Pops too in the chat.
Shout out to
D-Line in the chat.
Iowa State goes up 2 points. They are now the highest ranked big team after ASU slide.
They dropped out, didn't they? ASU?
Yes. So Iowa State is 14. They're now the top ranked Big 12 team. Arizona State all the way out of the top 25. They're the top team receiving votes now, but BYU still right behind them. That's ridiculous in my opinion. I mean,
BYU should not be receiving more votes than Georgia Tech.
100%. But on ASU real quick, like Alabama takes an embarrassing loss, and they're still in the top 25 hanging around here. It's just this, you know what I mean?
Well, no, because Alabama, their loss is to a top 10 team now. You
know
what I'm saying?
They were completely unranked the week before, though.
I know, but now in hindsight, it's like, well, they lost to a good team. You know,
just watch. They're going to start trying to rank Mississippi State now, and it's like,
yeah, they probably will. They probably will.
ASU just not as good, and also it reminded me of the offseason when they took away the stupid preseason poll, and it's like it doesn't help when you go on the road to the last place SEC team and still lose, bro. That looks almost worse than what the Big 12 poll showed last week. So that was again just stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
You got any more weekend takes? Oh, NFL Buffs. We got to see Travis out there for the first time.
Heck yeah.
Weird game because of the weather delay.
Yes.
He got a lot of work, though. I think he got like 6 to 8 targets. He was very heavily involved. They started like taking him out at some point. I don't know what the hell the Jags were doing. They were kind of playing with their food a bit.
I think that game was just over.
Especially
after, like, even at the delay,
right?
Jacksonville was in control, and I don't think Carolina ever really threatened for real.
But yeah, Trevor Lawrence threw a pick on one play where Travis is screaming across the field on an over route.
Yeah. 8 targets for Trav.
Yeah, he's got to lay that up there. That should have been 9 targets and potentially a touchdown.
He'll learn, hopefully.
He also had, I think, only 6 snaps on defense. I saw he allowed a catch to like T-Mac on like he's playing like cover 3 drop zone. Yeah, it's like everyone's freaking out. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people are freaking out about we thought we were going to get a 2-way phenom type thing in week 1. It's like, just wait. Yeah. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I feel like Liam Cohen, Jags head coach, has been pretty forthcoming about the role. Like, saw a clip the day before the game where he was like, yeah, I mean, we're going to play him quite a bit on offense, and we're going to work him in here and there on defense, and it'll progress and grow as the season goes on. So it's good to get a dub in your first NFL game, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, facts. And he was just out there dancing, doing his thing, bro.
Yes, he was turned up.
He was.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Nate Landman as well. Had the peanut punch that basically won them. See, tell him. That's what I'm trying to tell people. But honestly, just a perfectly executed peanut punch.
That was like for the game too,
yes,
right?
No, that won them the game.
Yeah, for sure.
So shout out to Nate Landman. Real ones know who have been with this program for a long time what Nate Landman can do on a football field. Going through here. No, nothing for Zay in the Cardinals game. Who am I missing, bro? Help me out here. Did LaJonte get in last night?
I don't think he did. I don't believe he did.
I don't remember seeing anything about Jimmy in that game.
Yeah, I don't think so
either. Yep, that's about it. So week 1.
Week 1 in the books, man. It was so dope to have.
How about that game last night?
It's the best game we will see all season.
That was an all-timer.
That Ravens and Bills game, bro. Baltimore was up 40-25, dog, with like 3 minutes left.
Insane.
Like, that should never. even be a game, let alone a game that the opponent comes back to win.
So chat's telling me LeJohntay did get a punt return.
Oh, okay.
One punt return for 6 yards.
Hell yeah.
So we love to see that. Hell yeah, LeJohntay.
Yeah, Ravens were up 40-25 with 4 minutes left. They had a 99% chance to win at that point. Teams with 40-plus points and 235-plus rushing yards in a game, 277-0 before last night. Some questions might have to be asked about Coach Harbaugh, I ain't gonna lie.
He's got a I think this is I saw his 16th or 17th game that he's lost with a double-digit lead.
Yeah, dude. This has been, this low-key happens twice a season in Baltimore.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't know if you can blame Harbaugh because Derrick Henry fumbled the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, this happens twice a season in Baltimore. So I don't know.
Chat says Jimmy was a healthy and active as well, so it's a matter of time. But yeah, it's becoming a pattern. It's more than becoming a pattern. That's an issue, and it's why people don't believe in this team when it comes to January and February.
I'm one of them. I want to root for him. I love Lamar Jackson. But
too.
Something about this team in big moments, dude. I don't know.
All right, let's go to the chat. Let's wrap up the show.
Chatsky.
We'll be back for Coach Prime's presser tomorrow. RK will be back tomorrow as well. Idioma Barbecue, any tailgate for this Friday? Truthfully, I can't. I don't have anything to tell you right now. We'll have to talk a bit more. Hopefully, we'll have more information this weekend, but I'm sure we'll do something. We'll be out there on Wednesday, so we'll have time. We'll figure it out.
Ooh, what a catch.
Super chats.
The Caped Crusader.
What's up, Cape Crusader? I've had this feeling Coach Prime didn't fully believe in Kaidon because he doesn't have an L or D on his jersey. Just a theory, but that speaks volumes.
Well, only 5 guys on the entire team have an L or D on their jersey, so I don't completely know about that, but maybe.
I mean, I don't think it's nothing. I'm not going to say it's the biggest indicator in the world, though. Cape Crusader, again, the people that suffer most when Kaidon plays are the receivers. Kaidon reminds me of a poor man's Jalen Hurts, and the receivers are A.J. Browns. You're not wrong. But it's different in the college game. It just is. That's why Jalen Hurts was such an effective passer in the college game, and I think Kaidon can still do that. Again, I'm not giving up on Kaidon. I think he will start on Friday, and I think he's got a really big opportunity in front of him to kind of just remind everyone who he is.
I mean, I didn't want to go down this path, but you mentioned it's kind of what made Hurts his dual threat ability such a dog in college.
Yeah.
He also got benched in a national championship game for a guy who unlocks
a true
the
freshman.
vertical passing game.
Yeah.
So that's just an interesting
that is true, but he
kind of juxtaposition.
He totally bounced back from that, though.
Oh, clearly. Super Bowl champion right there.
Of course. Crash Out or Cash Out with the $20 super chat. Thank you, man. He says, the variable deep shots that were the first and second reads, not Quentin Gibson, the fourth read running down the field. Give Salter the deep shots. The player had pretty much to say the OC isn't doing his job. Good on Staub, bad on Pat. I don't think you're right. I mean, Pat's clearly, I think, deserves some criticism, at the very least, right?
For what exactly?
I think the bubble screen, complaining thing is kind of true. Why aren't you just drawing up more deep shots for Kaidon? Yeah. It should look easier when you have a dual threat quarterback like that back there in terms of what you can do, in terms of just everything. Honestly, that should help you, and doesn't look like it really has so far. I
just don't know what to make of that, man. I don't know if Sherman doesn't trust Salter, but
totally.
I just don't know. I really don't. But it's not like this screen. I was gonna say a crazy word, but it's not like this love for screens and bubbles is a new thing. This was a problem last year with Shedeur Sanders. I think they ran maybe the most screens out of anybody in FBS.
And we saw Julian throw 2 or 3 screens.
Right. It quite literally got Draylen hurt, or at least banged up early in the game because one of those screens. I would assume for defensive scouting reports, that's one of the most practiced against plays
Has
that
to.
opponents kind of run because they know Colorado was going to call at least 4 of them throughout the course of the game, you know?
Yeah.
And the other thing, too, is I don't know if any of them this year that have been called have resulted in like a chunk gain.
Right.
Like a few of them have gone for like 6, 8, maybe a first down, but like none of them have been like, oh, see, that's why you call the bubble because of that. You know, we haven't really gotten the payoff, I think, from all those bubbles and screens either, which is kind of weird.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Are the bubbles more like baked into RPOs, or are they straight bubble screen calls?
I think it's
you
like
see?
50-50. I think I've for sure seen both.
So have I. I just don't know what the split is.
Exactly right.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
shout out to Reg. Great to see you again, my friend.
Hell yeah,
I
Reg.
think we'll see you this weekend also, right? He says, sup, fellas. I hope Prime lets practice this week determine who starts Friday. Also tell QB2 to stay ready because things are fluid, nothing set in stone. I think that's
Well said.
been made the most clear among the quarterback room is that we're going to need almost all 3 of you at some point, it seems.
Real spill.
Don Peasy. He says, Martin Luther Staub is not the only one with a dream. I have a dream of Bartoloni as the OC. I saw him call Lincoln Riley-esque plays at JSU, and I can't unsee them.
Yeah.
He's got that Mike Leach background, man. Don Peasy again. Martin Luther's... Oh, is this the same one? Yeah. Oh, you super chat twice. Appreciate you, though,
Peasy.
man. He super chatted more than twice. Here's another one from Jake. There is no need to hate watch CSU. They won't ever disappoint you in the end. Very forgettable program, LOL. Low key, I wasn't seeking it out. It was just on at the restaurant we were at. So
Very forgettable program is hilarious to me.
I was there to watch Michigan. It's just that this game was on the other TV too, so I couldn't help but watch. Yeah. Alyssa was. I don't think I've ever seen you like that, Alyssa. If I'm being honest.
I'm still upset about it.
JR Mack says Salter is definitely the most skilled quarterback, but can it also be true that Staub just looks more settled and comfortable? Totally.
2 things can be true at once.
Yep.
Perfect example right there.
100%.
His comfortability stood out, bro. He was in control. And
It looked like practice for him out there.
it did. It did.
Again, we'll talk to Coach Prime tomorrow. Hopefully I don't even know if he's going to give us answers actually, but maybe we have more insight at least into the decision.
You could have another nasty question for him, bro.
I might. Bro, that's really why I wanted to go in the press conference after the game. I really thought you would have laughed if I asked him that question.
I was shocked you didn't. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
It was like 10 minutes and I was looking around like, wait, why Jake ain't here?
We don't have to go into why I wasn't there. Don Peasy says, and shout out to Scotty Deep Pockets Pops and FSU. I was
Heck
born
yeah.
at the local university hospital, so I like to see them succeed too. Hell yeah.
That's dope.
Shout out Pops. Shout out Don
Pops.
Peasy.
Peasy.
Shout out my mom and dad too.
Yeah,
Hi.
shout out squad.
Love you. Miss you. That was fun. I'm so happy we're back in the flow.
We're back, brother. We're gonna be in Houston H-time. Make sure y'all drop some recommendations at some point this week on places to hit up in Houston. It's gonna be fun, dude.
100%. Yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow. You guys have a great day, and see you then. Let's go Buffs.
Squad.
We all silly like the mayor.